Hey everybody, this is V. I wanted to give you all a quick update. I do still write my poetry. I still have a lot of stuff to be uploaded for you all. I'm still putting things in the works, so doing what I got to do to get where I got to get. And I want you all to know that I'm not like I haven't disappeared. I haven't really stopped what I was doing before. I'm still doing my poetry, and is more to come. There will be more soon, but I'm currently in the process of waiting on a laptop to arrive in the mail. And then what I'm going to do next is make a few other purchases that are going to be self investments to basically what I want to do. So I want to invest in myself in such a way that my money works for me. So my poetry, although now is currently free and everyone can see it, um, I might delete this page at some point, even though it is my original page and my original poetry is all here, so people can't really say that, oh, you stole it from someone else. Like, no, it's all here. And this page does have poetry that my previous laptops had lost. Um, and it also has, stuff that I've written recently as well. Because I didn't put just the same, I gave you guys poetry from different times or different parts of my life. So you'd understand like there's progress here, there's, as well the first poem might not be the best, or this one might not be the best, or this one might be fantastic, or this one might be amazing, or whatever. So every poem you see is a different variation or a different time of my life, really, time of my experiences. And that's really what my poetry is, my experiences living in this country and dealing with the things that I've dealt with as a person of color, as a black man, as a black kid, even in school, and just being black in general in America. It's a lot going on here. So, I hope that it doesn't offend people in the wrong way. Like I do want you to be offended because I want you to feel like, okay, it's time to get up and make some differences, make some changes, make some moves, something, right? But I don't want you to be offended in a way that you think you got to go hurt people. I want you to feel the messages in my poetry. I want you to see how I'm genuinely trying to present this to y'all. And I need to learn how to speak and articulate in such a way that when I read my poetry, it doesn't it doesn't it sounds as clear as I sound right now. So I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I've been doing the work. Cause now I'm able to talk to you all in a way that you can understand what I'm saying without necessarily running the words into each other the way that I do with my poetry. Because a lot of the things that people say about it is like, oh man, it sounds good, but you're saying it kind of fast, or it's hard to understand this part, or what did you mean here? So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna re-upload basically everything that's on this page on a better, newer, more clean page, really. I'm gonna save all the videos off of this page for myself because they are mine, and then the newer page I'll try to monetize. So if you do continue to want access to my poems, um, you can keep coming to this specific page for as long as you want until it goes away. I recommend if you're able to, you may as well share it with as many folks as you can while it's still free. The laptop should be here on the 14th, so you've got until then. And once that happens, like I said, I'm gonna get rid of this page, start all new. And I do already have a second YouTube account as well as a second Instagram that I just recently made as well, which the both of them together, as well as a page on a website called blackjunction.com, is basically Facebook but for black people, and it's black owned and everything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use these three platforms: Fifth Poetry on Instagram, or V's Poetry Nook, V's Poetry Corner, V's Poetry. Look for that on Instagram. That's me. My current page will remain private. If you want to access who I am, the truths behind the person who's making the poetries, you will have to pay for the Instagram page. That is my private page. The other one is a business page. So it's only going to be about business. It's only going to be about poetry. And what inspires my poetry, what helps my poetry, what pushes the poetry, what allows me to say the things that I say, to do the things that I do, the creative muses that I use, the inspiration that I pull out of sources. I'll probably do like maybe a daily vlog, whatever, and like talk about, Today I was looking at this and it inspired me that way. Or today I was thinking about this concept of this topic and I want to know what y'all think. Or, I'm going to start doing more and more things like that as well. Um, so that way, my business account of Instagram will be purely poetry. And if you want to follow me there, you totally can. But there will not be fully uploaded poetry on that page. I'll upload bits and pieces of poetry on that page. That way, no one can have access to my full poetic space unless you are willing to pay for it. I feel like what I write is worth being paid for. And I feel like if 45 of y'all are following me now and I barely have any uploads for real, maybe I'm doing something right. One of my videos has over 100 views. I didn't even think I was capable of something like that, to be honest with you. I never would have thought I was capable. You might think it's not a big deal, but for the first time in my life, I got 100 views on one video. Doesn't have 100 likes, of course, but people watch the stuff. People see it. It's going somewhere. Somebody's seeing it. So that's encouraging to me to keep doing what I'm doing, and keep pushing and keep going. So I don't want you all to think that I stopped doing what I'm doing or that I ceased writing my poems or, whatever. Um, as a matter of fact, my book of poetry is not in this bag like it normally is. It's it's in my bedroom. And then I also have a whole lot more poems on this phone right here. My process, all that stuff. As a matter of fact, so you guys can see, you don't think I'm over here just like talking and keeping stuff hidden from folk. Here's what I'll do. So, this is my phone. And if you scroll it, you will see this little orange bar up here. That's another poem. I didn't mean to open that. But I have a lot of poems in here and different pieces of poems and different, it's just poetry. It's all poetry. Different parts, different pieces, different inspirations, different everything you can think of is in that phone. So that's why this is my main phone right here. And this is my presentation phone. My phone that if you were to steal this one right here in my hand that I'm talking to you on now, it wouldn't affect me too much. But if you stole this one, it would mess me up because all my stuff is in there. And that's why I wanted to get a laptop. So I could back everything up, clear it out of my phone, and then be able to continue to do what I do. The laptop is going to be protected, of course, but you always carry a phone out and about, and people need to contact you. So this will be business and personal, basically. Yep, and that's the goal. What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to give you guys some quick updates so you understand that I haven't abandoned what I'm doing. I'm still doing it. Just recently I wrote in my book, how have video games influenced you to be a better person? Or how have video games influenced your poetry? Or what life lessons do you learn from playing video games all the time? People often tell me, oh man, you're wasting your time. You could be doing so much more. I don't think anything's ever a waste of time. I think everything is always an opportunity to learn. Everything is always an opportunity to grow. Everything's always an opportunity to do something different than what you've usually been doing. And people look at video games as a negative stigma or stereotype, as something that hinders folk and holds them back from their true potential. But if you change your mentality on things and learn to look at stuff differently, you could learn a lot. You could do a lot. You could change the narrative. You can steer your life a little bit better. So, for example, here it is right here. Hold on. Some of it is here, as you can see. Sorry, my writing is not the best. But stuff that I learned, for example, from playing online video games with groups of people. Here's some stuff right here. Everyone relies on you until you're fickle. Or no, not you, them, until they are fickle, right? Or that if you're not with a group who has the same drive, you will lose every time. So either you gotta have the drive in yourself, or you gotta be around like-minded folk, or if not both. And you'll find like-minded folk if you have that drive in you. and you guys will win. um, I learned to be consistent. If you score once, don't fall back. Folk who see you score with winning in mind will keep putting the ball in your court. So you can keep winning and you all elevate to that win together because they see, oh, this person's capable. So they start to rely on you. And then I've also learned you have to play on or you'll never have the opportunity. You have to play. You have to play. The game of life is what we're talking about now. You have to play. You don't have a choice. And if you don't, you won't ever have those opportunities to do things that could have been done, or you won't have opportunities that you could have had. Because you didn't even, they say 100% of the shots you don't take are missed, you know? So you have to play. Um, if folk see that you are trying, they'll help. It's the truth. It's weird to like. I've asked and asked and asked, yo, can you help me with this? Yo, can you help me with that? No one ever does, because no one's gonna give you anything. But if they see you're trying, they'll help. Like people, you can be stuck on the side of the road. If people see you pushing your car, you know what they'll do? They'll pull over, get out of their cars, and try to say, hey, do you need any help? It's just people are genuinely kind. But what they don't want is for people to look for a handout. I'm not looking for a handout, but I would appreciate some help. Like I can't do this by myself. But if I have to, I will, you know? That's just how my mentality is. Um yeah, if they keep the ball off your court, you are not an asset. Or they don't know what you're capable of. It's one or the other. Either you joined up with them and you were not an asset, so they keep it away from you. In other words, you get cut off from it. You don't get the opportunity to score anymore. If you're not an asset, if you don't add to people, if you don't build, if you don't have integrity with what you're saying, with what you're doing, people won't give you the opportunity to even speak in the first place. Especially if they already control that platform, they'll do what they can to stifle you too. So like if you're playing with folk who have like expert in their name or veterans in their name or like great names that suggest that they know what they're doing and they see you mess up, they're not going to keep giving you the ball because they want to win. And if you're not helping them win, then what's the point of giving you the ball? So I learned, this is stuff I've learned from playing video games with people online. Like I recommend you all play video games. As crazy as it sounds, it's good for stress relief. It's good for when I win in any video game that I play. I take that small itty bitty momentum of win, right? And because I'm feeling good now, I'm like, yeah, I can do whatever because I just won. That little win is enough to push me to want to do more, to keep writing, to keep going because I know I can win. I can win something, not to win a prize or a goal, but win at the game that is life. You gotta truly play it, or you're not gonna win. You're not gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna go nowhere. You're not gonna win anything. You have to try. Otherwise, what was the point? Um, your goal should be to be competitive, to be a competitive player, not a casual player. The only reason you stay in a casual box is for practice. Once you're solidified in self to the point where you think, okay, this can be more, that's when you become competitive. You move positions, you change your playing field. You don't keep playing about it in a casual way. You take it seriously. And if you do that, you'll also notice most folk who take it seriously are also just as competitive. So now you're all driving each other's motivations to do even better than you were before. That's why the guy I was yesterday doesn't exist today. And the guy that I am tomorrow won't be who I am right now. You see? Um, and it's all in you. It's all in you. It's in you. But you have to practice, 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 practice. And that's what the casual part is where you practice. The casual is, yo, hey, my friend, I got this thing. This is what I'm doing. What do you think? The casual is you go to these free events where you can like freely do your spoken word and get yourself out there so people can see you and be expecting more from you. That way, when you start to be in the competitive spot or whatever, now it's like, I remember you. You were from back, yeah, I remember you. And now that they remember you, now that you're serious about your work and they see that you're serious about your work. Speaking of which, I need to get some business cards. Now that they see how serious you are about your work, they're going to be like, oh, wow, okay, that's what's up. And they'll do what they can to help you. They'll offer you a platform. You don't have to search for platforms. They will offer you a platform if you are doing the work. So I'm still doing my poetry, believe it or not. I just showed you guys. And then another good use for casual play is you can ask yourself this question: what can I learn that I am not paying attention to? Because you think of it under the label of, well, this is casual, as in this isn't a big deal. This is just something I do, you know? That's what I was doing with my poetry. That's why I was giving it away to people. That's why I wasn't monetizing it. That's why I just, to me, it was free. It's like, this is art. It's beautiful. You know, if you like poetry, here, have it. Why would I charge you for that? I personally don't want to charge anybody for it. I want to keep giving it out for free. But I can't work the way that y'all do. Um, I don't know if you read my bio on this page, but I was born diagnosed with sickle cell. I'm hurting a lot. If you want to help me out, you could send me some things to help. There are things that help. Most of them involve THC, to be honest with you. Topical creams, smokes, lotions, oils, hair products, whatever you have, THC in it, it will always help me. Because somehow, given that our body has all these cannabinoid receptors in it, and it works with your natural body's processes, suddenly it's like, I don't have sickle cell anymore. So, you know, but yeah, this is what I do, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep going. So if you want to support me, cool. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, tell your family, tell your cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever you got, grandparent. I don't care. Just tell people about my poetry. Send it to them while it's free. You got between now and the 14th. Tell them about it while you're able to, because once this page is gone, you will have to pay for it. Once I get that laptop, I'm gonna set up a Patreon account, and I'm gonna say, hey, if you'd like to help me out and support my work and stuff like that, hit me up on Patreon. And then I'll have multifaceted tiers for how much each individual thing costs. I think I spoke about this before, but I'm not entirely sure. But this video is already 17 minutes, going on 20, so I'll leave this as it is for now, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you for all your time. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for, just thank y'all. Just really appreciate it, for real, for real. Even if it's only 45 of you, that's 45 more than just me. It's not just me anymore. You feel me? So thank you. I appreciate y'all. And I love y'all. Peace.